everyone, this is Chris. Thank you for joining me. In today's video, we're going to make some Christmas ornaments, and they're very easy to do. So I will be using here some wood slices, very easy to find in your craft stores. You can also, if your husband has the right tools, go in the forest and cut some dead branches and make these by yourself. The one I have bought in my local craft store already came with the holes and the jute cord, so it's already done. I don't have to do that. You could of course use another kind of cord. You could use some twine if you wanted to. And we're gonna just, for this first video for Christmas, we're gonna use our stamps. It's gonna be very easy to do, very few materials, stamps, your regular inks. I'm gonna use distress inks, any kind will work for this. And we're also going to use glitter, pencils, and markers. So the markers I'm gonna use are not Sharpies, are regular children's markers, very cheap. You don't need to use anything fancy. If you do use these some kind of markers, I would recommend using water color markers and not alcohol markers, because it's going to stain otherwise your stamps. So watercolor markers will do fine, or the cheap one for children as well. And that's it. And yeah, a little bit of glue for the glitter. So I'm going to show and come a little closer to show you my different ones that I've tried until now. So this is one of the first I did, and it's very light. I don't have a lot of bright colors, but I think it's still very nice. And I've only used stamps here that I had. This one is the second one I did, and I did put a little glitter on it, a little bit more. And then the two others, this one is not completely dry yet, but I really like the effect of it. It's got a 3D effect. Oh yeah, we're going to use 3D paint, like this kind of dimension paint. You've got tulip that has huffy paint as well. So any kind of this kind of paint will just work just fine. And we are also, I'm going to show you this one. It's not really dry, but I've put my fingers everywhere. And I've just used a heavy body glue, or you can use your dimensional paste to do this. Anything that you can glitter on while it's still wet and it's going to hold on to it, just to make it more like snowy effect. And I'm going to put more because I think that it's flattening down a little bit. So yeah, texture paste will do fine with this as well. And I just glitter it on top using the same glitter. If you can see this part here, the glitter seems to be a little different, the color. It's just because underneath I put some blue markers. I wanted to give it that blue effect. If you don't have a blue glitter, you can do that. I'm going to show you this in a second. So now what I'm going to do is just start this tutorial. So the first one I'm going to be doing is a little house. So I'm trying to choose something that is not too big, but big enough for my stamp. So I'm going to use this one for my house. And I'm going to use just some ink here. And I want to have it kind of black, at least the outside. I want something to really stand out on my wood piece there. So I'm using VersaFine Black Onyx. You can use whatever ink you wish. Just distress ink will be fine as well. Don't worry about that. And let me see. I want to make sure it's not too dark. So I'm going to stamp on a piece of paper first, and I think it's going to be fine. And now I'm going to stamp here on my wood piece. And I'm always waiting a few seconds to make sure that the ink is going to transfer either on my paper or here on my wood piece, and that's absolutely perfect. And now what I'm going to do, and this is to show you that you can use all kinds of different materials that you can have home. I'm just going to use some pencil, children pencil, nothing fancy, and I'm going to color the inside here. And I'm not pressing too hard because I don't want to see harsh lines, and because my wood is very smooth, I can color it with no problem. And I really like VersaFine because it's very detailed. Even though I'm going to use other colors on here, just because I want it to pop up a little bit. So I just want to color the inside of my house. And I'm just going to make it brown. Nothing fancy right now. And also the chimney, of course. I like it. Okay, and also I'm going to use markers. Again, cheap markers, children markers, and I want to stand out a few things here. Otherwise my house is going to look a bit dull with always the same colors, and I'm going to just color this piece here. And probably also the door. Maybe not going to see much, but it's going to give another color to it. Not just black. And here the outside. And I'm going to call this good. Now what I'm going to use is some blue. Here I'm just going to put a dark blue here on the side of my roof there, because when I'm going to apply my glitter, I don't want to put blue glitter. Because of the blue underneath, it's going to appear like if it was blue. Do you see this? It's the same glitter, but it appears blue at the opposite of this one where I didn't really put anything underneath. It was a very light blue, but you can't really see the difference. So I'm going to put this aside. Don't want to put my fingers everywhere. And I'm going to put some blue lines underneath here as well. I'm not trying to be perfect here, just to give it a highlight when I'm going to put my glitter on it. And you will see the difference mostly when it's dry, because in the beginning the paint is kind of opaque. And also a little bit on the house. That's going to be just fine. And now I'm going to apply the glue. So I'm using a fine tip applicator because it's going to help me not going too far on the edges, because with a paintbrush it's going to be a bit more complicated. So I'm going to go over my blue here. And I'm leaving just a little bit of black. So you can put as much or as little as you wish. A little bit here on the chimney. More on this side probably. And as I said, also here. Not trying to be too flat. I want some volume. And I want to go here a little bit on the sides of the house. Sorry, I'm doing this a little crooked. And yeah, at this stage I could apply it with some paintbrush, but it's going very quickly this way, so I don't mind. Might just apply it with a little bit of, spread it apart with my fingers. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. And where else do I want some glitter? Right now it's gonna be enough. Maybe here underneath my window. Why not? And a little spot there as well. That's totally up to you where you want to put it. Then what I have used also is a piece of paper, because you're not going to use that much of a glitter, but you don't want to waste anything. So by putting it on a piece of paper, you'll be able to put it back into its container. That's fine. And I'm not going to take all of it, all the excess away right now. I'm just going to keep it like this. Wait until it's completely dry, and then I will take the excess off completely. And I really like the way it looks, but I think it lacks something, so I'm just going to put some more here, like there was a few, you know, some snow falling, some little snowflakes, and I'm going to put a little bit more glitter there because I like glitter. If you don't like glitter, just use puffy paint and that's fine. Look at that. There's a bit too much, but again, that's the excess. I will be able to take it away, but look how easy and quick it was. And I think the look of it is absolutely nice. It's very organic. I love it. So that was the first one. Now I'm going to show you how you can make also a wreath, and I've got two different wreaths there. That's the second one I just made. And I'm going to show you also how you can put this fake snow on the side, very easy. I still need to avoid putting my fingers on it, but it's really nice. So what you need to do is, again, use our markers. So I'm going to use green and red. I'm very conventional. I'm using red and green and gold and white for Christmas. That's the colors I always use. And I'm going to change my stamp here. I've got a little wreath. And you could do this with stamps, but if you use watercolor markers, it's gonna be fine as well, because you're gonna be able to really put the color just exactly where you wish. And mine here are children's watercolor. They're very cheap because they use them so quickly. So they don't have that much of a pigment inside. So keep that in mind. I'm just going to apply the red here for the bow, and the rest of it is going to be green. And I'm just using the side. My pen here, my marker is on the side, completely flat, so I'm not damaging anything here. And I'm going to put some more. It seems very light. It's going to be darker in reality. I'm putting this ink everywhere, and it's not going to really stain my my stamp here. If it was alcohol, it wouldn't work that well. I've tried, it doesn't work on stamps. And it's going to stain them much more. And if you think it's not dark enough, I think this one is really, I think I didn't use the right marker actually. Yeah, I'm going to change for this one. It's a little darker, but I'm going to add a little bit of black to make it even darker. And I'm really not damaging at all my marker, don't worry about that. Just making sure I've got ink everywhere. And now just a little bit of black. That's fine. And now you need to, you know, if you have glasses, when you want to clean them up, I'm breathing on my stamp to reactivate the moisture. And now I'm going to stamp onto my wood slice. Waiting a few seconds for the ink to transfer. And there you go. How nice is this? And I'm still going to use a little bit of red to go inside here and add some more texture. You could use gold, that would be nice as well. And I'm putting more red. I want to make it a little more vivid. And I'm going over the traces, the marks that I have. So even if you don't know how to paint or how to design anything, you're going to be doing something beautiful because you already have your pattern underneath. So you're going to be using your markers in a very easy way. You can come over it. If you think it's not sharp enough, come over it. And there you go. How easy is this? How fun and how fast. You could also do this with your children, of course, during the holidays. How's that? And again, I'm going to use a little bit of that glue. I could use puffy paint. And I'm going to do some snowflakes, or I might going to use this glitter glue. I'm not totally crazy usually about glitter glue because I always put my fingers in it, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. I think the effect is going to be more or less the same. So I think my wreath is small, it needs something on the outside. I could use also add a little bow, but I will be doing another tutorial with these wood slices because there's so many things we can do. Here it's just one very simple. We're just starting to make some, you know, Christmas ornaments. I will not do only Christmas ornaments because we're only in November, but I will do more and more anyway. Look at that. I really think it's nice and it's so shiny. And when my ink is completely dry, not now, I will put a little bit of maybe white in the middle of my bow there to give it more more dimension, but I really think it's cute. I don't know which one has more glitter. It seems like my glitter is more glittery and shiny than the glitter glue. But if I'm not happy with it, I can always come back when it's dry, come over, add a little bit of glue and more glitter. That's fine too. And now the last one I'm going to show you is this one because I really like it. And I want to show you two things. That's exactly the same stamp, but depending on how much ink you're putting on it, you're going to have different effects. So this one is much brighter, this one is less, depending on what you like too. And also the wood, you can see the wood has got a different color, but that's the natural color of the wood anyway. So I really think it's nice. So I didn't have a stamp that was the size of my wood slice. I had a very big one, but you know, it's not an issue. You can always use what you have, and you're just going to stamp on one part of it. So let me find out. Maybe this one is a little bigger. Which one is, they're about the same, right? Yeah, so I'm going to only stamp on this part of my stamp, and that will be good to go. So I'm going to use my Distress ink this time. And, oh, I should have put that onto my block first. And there you go. Okay, really gonna ink it well. And I think I want to be more generous this time with my ink. Actually, on this one, I did 3 passes because the wood was drinking the ink so much. I had to ink it several times. And this stamp is new as well, and I think the ink is kind of not staying in place. Let's give it a try. If I'm not happy, ooh, no, 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 no. This happens. I'm gonna do it this way to make sure it's gonna stamp right. Let me see. No, that's not good. That's not the right thing to do, girl. Come on. I really want to make sure that it's going to stay in place now. I need to put more ink. It's kind of sitting on top. Okay, I think I like it this way. And now let's go. And again, I'm pressing, and here you go. I like this print actually. I could wait for it to dry and come back, but I really, let me push it down a little bit more. It's brand new, it should be sticking really well. I think I'm gonna try and give it another pass here, another more color. So I'm going to try to concentrate and come back exactly where I was before. Yes, this is much, much better. I really like it. I'm going to put my stamp aside. And what I would recommend really now is waiting for this ink to dry. Because if you don't, and if you can see here, maybe you'll be able to see it, but my white, my puffy paint here kind of started to go green because my ink was not yet dry. This is different. This one is white, and it's exactly the same, but my ink underneath was dry when I applied it. So, you know, whatever you like it, but make sure that you know, you're aware of it, that you should wait before applying your white puffy paint or 3D paint. So I'm gonna use this one again. And I know I'm not waiting any long enough. Should be waiting maybe 5 to 10 minutes. I'm just going to apply it anyway. And I'm being random here, you know, just fake snow. I really like it. Yeah, much better. How's that? I really think it looks natural. It looks more natural, absolutely. And now I'm going to use, because I like it, I'm going to use another 3D paint, and I'm going to add some color to this here and there, like if I had Christmas decorations. You don't have to, it's just because I think it looks nicer and give more color to it. And how's that? Again, few minutes, what, 2-3 minutes to do this? I mean, really, not more. You don't need much. It didn't cost you a fortune. These slices cost me under $1. It was maybe just $1, the 6 slices. So it's really nothing. And for the snow, what you can do is just to use some three-dimensional paste. If you have heavy texture paste, you can use it. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm applying this kind of texture paste. Any brand will do. You can use silicone, you can use cork. Also to do this, not cork, what is it called? Caulking paste. I'm sorry, not cork, caulking paste. And I'm really doing this randomly. I'm not trying to be even, certainly not. And I'm also going here a little over the edges there, like it was falling also here. I would do maybe one side at a time. And this one, I know this paste is not going to stay completely white. It's a little bit translucent. So what I'm going to do is just sprinkle some glitter again. If you prefer it completely white, that's totally up to you. And yes, trying to pretend it's snow. I like it this way. And now again, my piece of paper, my glitter. I don't really want glitter all over my tree, so I'm really concentrating here. I'm sorry, I'm out of focus. I hope I was not out of focus from the beginning, but look at that. I really think it looks like snow, and it's also sparkling. It's so nice. And then I will do the other part here. I'm not going to do it all around my piece here, but just a little bit on the other side to make it kind of, you know, even. I really think it's beautiful. So give it a look, because I mean, honestly, if you want to sell this for Christmas on craft fairs, you're going to be able to do a lot of these in minutes and sell them for a good price. You can sell them one piece at a time, or maybe buy 4 or buy 6 for a very good price, because it didn't cost you a lot, and you're going to sell them. It's going to be hotcakes, honestly. So I hope this video was useful. Please, if you liked it, give me some thumbs up, because it really helps my channel. And also leave some comments. I love reading you, and I always answer you. Maybe you just want to come and say hello, that's fine. Also, I just love that. And hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post another video. And of course, share on social media. It's also important. It helps my channel be known. Thank you very much. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.